global talent. You have a prepaid call from
Johnson.
an incarcerated individual at the California.
Hey everyone, this is Johnson, and I am here on our surprise episode on Talk to Me. So, first I want to say thank you everyone for tuning in to our podcast and listening to our message and our concepts with the hopes of motivating and inspiring individuals that's in here as well as out there. But today, everyone, I don't have a concept. Today I have not prepared to even record today. But there is something that I do want to bring to the surface that took place earlier today. And I want to share with you all in the hopes of inspiring anyone that has possibly experienced the same experience that I experienced earlier. When you're doing well in life, emotionally, mentally, even in your career, we've talked about adversity, but it's many shapes of adversity. It can come from friends, it can come from coworkers, it can even come from family members. But I think, how can I put this, y'all? I think the key is perseverance, is realizing that others' problems and struggles, we can understand them because in one form of another, we've been there before. But we don't have to adopt those problems. We don't have to adopt those conflicts. We don't. You know, I have a little saying that I always say, right? For those who don't, there are those who will. Meaning, what I'm saying is that for the negative exchange, there's also a positive exchange. Now we can focus on the positives in life through positive people because life is more beautiful than what we may believe sometimes, right? And even the smallest things to me, even interactions or the slightest smile, it makes my day just as well as I know it can make someone else's. But I believe that's what it is the changing of perception. Is that when we look at things from a certain perspective, we can appreciate things for what they are. Also, we cannot appreciate things, right? So, it's funny because someone asked me before that how did I even manage to think this way, right? Considering my circumstances. I went into depth into sharing my past experiences with depression. I used to have a really bad depression problem, y'all. It used to be so bad, and I never really spoke on it. I was the type of guy that would smile in your face and be like, yeah, everything's okay, but everything wasn't okay. And little did that person know, I thought about committing suicide the night before. I was that guy, right? And no one would ever think that. These are the things that I do not tell my family. These are the things that I do not tell my friends or anyone that's close to me, but I'm sharing it with you guys to see if we can gain some positive, some positive motivation and inspiration that we all go through the same thing, but I believe the biggest thing is to pull out of it or attempt to pull out of it because you can get past it. And the world can be so dark, but yet it can be so bright. But it just depends on how we see it for ourselves. And that's why, and I believe that's why it's important to just focus on the greater good because you have so much more good going for you than you may not think. You're alive. As long as you're alive, you have opportunity. As long as you're alive, you have potential. As long as you're alive, there is possibility. As long as you're alive, you have the chance to make a difference. If not in your own life, in someone else's. You have that chance. You could love someone. You could show up in someone's life or be the special person in someone's life that can affect the rest of their life. You have that opportunity. Why not take it? Last night I rose that question up in the middle of a group I attend to on Tuesday nights. And I asked everyone, I said, how could you show up in someone's life? How could you show up in that special individual's life? How could that's in yours, right? I might not have explained that the right way, but what I'm trying to get at is that how could you show up in someone's life? How could you make a difference, right? individuals that you love? Like, how do you show up in their life? How do you let them know that they're loved? How can you reassure them that they're loved? And many of answers, many responses that was so great that I got from the guys, right? And the reason why I raised that question to these group of men is because I wanted to raise that awareness, is that you have control. Words are powerful. You can speak life or death into someone's life. You can make a difference. You can be that person that gives someone a reason to live and move on. You can be that. You know, we all have that individual power, so let's use it. Let's use it effectively. Let's not use it carelessly. Be that special someone. Be that person that can uplift someone. You know, I believe we all have that duty. You know, be that inspiration. You know, it's important. Influence is everything. But I do want to tell everyone is that you are all special. You all make a difference. You know, and no matter what you're going through, no matter who may come off as not only negative, but I would say come off as conflicted, is that we're all going through our own problems and they're going through theirs, but you can still be that special someone in their life to help change their perspective. You know, you have that in you. Life is good, y'all. Life is good. Even through the darkest of times, life is still good. Life is still great. Life is still great. Let me see. I am looking at something right now, and I am coming up with, it's crazy because I just wrote this poem earlier. It says, oh, that's crazy. It says, how can we address the special individuals that's in our lives? And if you are listening, which I know you are, what I say, I'm sorry, y'all. It's kind of a trip right now because I'm trying to piece together what I was writing earlier along with the spontaneous concept that I brought up today, right? It says, if you are listening, which I know you are, woman, you are special, and I hope that you never doubt it. I don't know how you do it, but every time I see you, you light me up. And all of our surroundings, I can imagine you smiling because I know that is true. A dedication to who I mentioned in episode 2. That is dope. That is tight. But, you know, I hope that lights up the person who I was referring to. Because it's true, right? You know, and the same light that you can see in someone else, I just advise that you see it in yourself. I know this podcast is short, but I think it was worth it, everyone. Well, my name is DeJounte Johnson. No, I do not have a name for this episode. It's kind of spontaneous, and I'm just shooting off the hip. But sometimes that's what we got to do, right, y'all? Because some experiences are not planned. You know, some experiences are just spontaneous and at random. But for the most part today, y'all, just focus. Let's remain focused on the positives and the beautiful things in life, because life is beautiful. And there's so much more to smile about than to frown about. Well, catch you later. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I can't never say the word right. And check out Mo Genetics, which is the man that's behind all this work that we're putting in.